I took on the next big adventure to Blueberry Academy and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's extra content, the Indigo Disk. This includes the continued story against Kieran, completed every side quest, and hey, it wouldn't be a Pokemon game if I didn't catch them all as well as a shiny. So if you haven't seen the previous episode, make sure you check it out down below. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, ding on the notification bell, and with that said, let's get gaming. To start, I receive a phone call from, surprisingly, the principal. I'm shocked he still has a job after the Team Star situations. I'm told to meet this geezer. And well, that's just weird because I don't even know who you are, sir. Both directors have a feud, though Kieran here invites us on another school program. So I say goodbye to my favorite cat before arriving at Blueberry Academy in Unova for the second part of the hidden treasure of Area Zero, the Indigo Disk. We meet a couple of people such as Lacey, and a few people don't already like me, but I'll show them. By battling Lacey, and her team is pretty easy, but in the academy they focus on double battles. However, between my shiny Gliscor and Vaporeon, we were able to take both rabbits out, as well as her major threat, Excadrill. Despite beating, she didn't seem impressed that I didn't terrastalize, but that's the only rule that I'll be doing just to make it a little bit more challenging. But I get given a style card, so yeah, much better. Excuse me, miss, may I ask where you get your Torchic? You're not touching my eggs. Oh, but I'm great at cooking chickens. And in battle. So I guess that's a no. Struggling to get along with other students unlike Lacey, she takes us to the wild area of the academy, the terrarium, with loads of man-made biome to find amazing Pokemon off the bat, and I'm not a huge fan of winter at the minute. So let's head over to the coastal biome, and in the meantime, catch some new Pokemon. I'll be honest, this is my own save, so we actually have quite a bit of the Pokedex already. So I catch Execute, called Crackers, and evolving it to Executor, that, the Rhyhorn, and his evolution line, as well as evolving a Spare Fennekin, Roadrunner the Dojo, Lanayru the Trapinch, a Smeagol named Paint.net, Marty the Blitzel, a Cantonian Tauros named Mince, beat a Skarmory raid and call it Carbon, before farming for EXP and evolving them all, including a spare Charizard. Catch a Jupiter and evolve that to Araquanid, calling it Urigo, and last but not least, grab ourselves Voltura the Vullaby, who evolves to Mandibuzz, Lava Boy the Magby, and Trumbeak, simply called VQ, from a raid, bringing us to a total of 118 after evolutions. A pretty strong start so far, but I think it's time we get to class. I am late enough as it is. You didn't have any trouble finding the place? No, say again. Oh, you deaf bitch. I couldn't find it. You there, that's an hour detention for you in my office. For the class, we have to catch an Alolan Pokemon. And, well, I can just show them my one. Alolan Ninetales. I do what I'm told to do and catch an Alolan form, so I know who to get. Push pineapple, shake the tree. Well, that's another one to the Dex, but I also catch what I want to get, Alolan Diglett, who we evolved to Dugtrio. They are called Molosis. This is actually the halfway point in our Pokedex, and at this point we need to rely on BBQ. No, not that kind, you silly people. Blueberry points are the currency used in the academy for side quests like battling and catching Pokemon. And I also get called by Carmine, who actually has a much better attitude this time around compared to Kitakami. But it also gives us a nice break. So that's what Kieran's been up to. Is it a Ditto? Is it a block? No! It's the subscribe button that you guys need to click. We put a lot of love into these videos, so if you guys enjoy what you see, it would mean the world to me if you hit that button. I meet up with Carmine for a lovely reunion and a typical battle. Her team is, well, slightly different with double battle formats, and well, her team is a lot stronger and on form as well, though our water bug just survives to take out Mightyena. Although she now has Scraggy, which means she has a double Intimidate team, which isn't very nice to be honest. Both my frontliners go down. Marty retaliates with a Wild Charge and takes out 2 cannon, but her Scrafty is just horrible. That and we're severely underleveled. Oh, and I also have to worry about terrastalizing too. So yeah, I think we're gonna level it up a notch. I do a lot of level grinding. Or not. I'll be honest, I'm not very good at double battles. Plus, with my team being physical, I've changed the team up. So we now have a special hit in Magmortar. I also called a Cleavor Bugstall, and, well, use my own shiny Alolan Ninetales to take on Carmine once more. Carmine intimidates, but we're now special hitters, so that's okay. I switched Lineiru out for Lava Boy and hit extremely hard, taking out Toucannon. Her dog howls and Scrafty intimidates again, which is perfect for our Fox to take them both out with a super effective Dazzling Gleam. This leaves her Sinister from Kitakami, but she terrastalizes to grass. Again, this is perfect for us to swiftly take it out, giving us the much needed win. I mean, it's technically not cheating if it's found only in this big... Kieran really has had the makeover. Has he got bigger biceps? There, we get to join in on a battle club, which is definitely out of my league. So maybe I'll get back to research. After our tour of the school and the dorms, as well as a quick meeting with the rest of the Elite Four and Kieran, who didn't actually recognize me at first. Well, the challenge is accepted to take on the championships. The heat is definitely cooking and the pressure intensifies. However, in the meantime, I caught ourselves some more Pokemon in the coastal biome, including Lucky the Esper, Octomom the female tentacle, Squidward the Inkay, a Kofi named Daisy, and a Lowland Grimer called Tara, Galarian Slowpoke called Puds, an Oddish named Devil L. I'll let your mind think of that one for 1 second. Max the Elekid and evolve as many as I can before finally getting Meteor the Minior, Cloud the Cottony, and this is giving us a total of 141. Next I arrive at the first Elite Four member to take on Lacey and her fairies. Her side quest is to first participate in a quiz, which, if you're a huge Pokemon fan, or if you didn't stay up all night and messing up your sleep schedule like me, it is pretty straightforward. However, her battle is hard. They all use a full team and we still only have 5. Well, that I want to use anyways. She starts with Whimsicott and Gramble, and I know I need to quickly take out the Cloud. And yet, at level 80 we hardly dent. Lava Boy retaliates and takes it out, but here's another weakness. Primarina, and actually destroys both of my team. So I guess it's time for me to set. It's 5 against 1. Elsa sets up the Veil, and despite freezing, we only chip before falling. That was one of the worst losses I have ever had. I'm not even denting. Though I had an idea, and it's just to keep going. There are currently a couple of raids going on for Dialga and Palkia for a lot of goodies. I'm not stupid bringing 2 dragons against fairies, by the way. And alongside with some side quests, which I'm glad I'm actually good at something. After hours of farming, trade evolutions to just keep progress going, until I finally go a game with a full team of 6. Despite a light screen being set up, a critical flamethrower and blizzard does major damage. Slowbro comes out and I set up Aurora Veil while switching and take the shell sidearm. We just about take care of Whimsicott before falling. Quick Draw also activates and takes us out, but thanks to Bulldoze, we then outspeed and take it down. And when Alcremie comes out, she sets the match. I actually cannot believe how difficult this is. But this is a normal playthrough, so... I'm expecting a lot of comments saying, get good, or something like that. But after a big team change later, I'm ready. I use Delphox and Elsa first, and for once, I absolutely annihilate 2 Pokemon. This team was honestly horrible. However, thanks to Paralysis, Max and Boxel was able to take out another 2 Pokemon. And thanks to coverage from Marty and Carbon, we were only just able to take them out. But I'm gonna be honest, I did not enjoy that battle one bit. So I think I'll make it a little more enjoyable. I begin to start changing my team. I'll be honest, I want this to be as enjoyable for me being the first run through, so I switched to a more comfortable team. Catch Milcery called Milk, before heading over to the next location to battle against Crispin and the Fire typing. This should be a lot easier. Famous last words. However, the challenge is to make some food, and I'm down for cooking a little bit of heat. I do have to battle everyone to get correct ingredients, however, I decided at this point if it's going to be this tough and to avoid burning out, I'd burn the team with a little bit of my own taste. And thanks to building up our ingredients, even he felt the heat, this time I felt ready to try it out. Crispin starts with Talonflame and the Oven Rotom against my 2 fish. And yeah, despite me messing and the sun setting up, this battle is a lot easier, taking down the majority of his team. And despite Garchomp falling, my Vaporeon was able to take multiple hits, and lost the majority of the battle, leaving his last 2, Magmortar and Blaziken. And well, they didn't last long, giving us another badge. Going from a painful battle to this? Wow. What a difference that has made. I know I'm using my best of the best, but still, I think we need it. I decided to head to the canyons next, starting with catching all the Pokemon to be seen here. First of all, catching 3. Shiny Tyrogue! The question is, what do I evolve the shiny one to? With one of the main objectives done, I chose a Hitmonchan as the shiny and evolved the others. Alolan Geodude and evolve it too. Minccino, 2 Shieldon for trading. Chinchou, Drillbur, and evolve as many as I can get. In terms of progress, we're doing quite well. But now we take on the next Elite Four member, Amaris, and the Steel type test. And for this one, it's to fly across the dome, beating the allotted time. And well, that was satisfying to take part in. But what about the battle? Worried about Kieran, she takes us on being the biggest urge for battle. She starts with Skarmory and Dugtrio, and a flamethrower from Delphox puts her moles on the brink of death. And we survive a huge Iron Head thanks to Aurora Veil. A flamethrower, followed by a blizzard, takes them both down. Elsa does fall, which is okay as it's done its job, and we retaliate with flamethrower. I send out Garchomp following before her Renewicus comes out, and switch out to Carbon, but thanks to Trick Room, Empoleon outspeeds and takes us down. Not good. Marty is next, and we lower speeds again as the dimensions return to normal, meaning I can hit hard and find our opening, making it a 4v1. But it's one huge Metagross, a pseudo-legendary. I think this one might be the more difficult one. But thanks to teamwork, well, Marty's low kick obliterates its defenses, giving us quite a solid win. So with that one done, there's one biome left and a final badge left to obtain. All in all, closer to our target. So this leaves the polar biome, so once more I grab all the possible Pokemon, starting with Solosis, Seal, Snubbull, Quillfish, Lapras, Joltik, Plusle, Porygon, Minun, Beldum, Alolan Sandshrew, and Duraludon before evolving them all and giving us a grand total of 183. I arrive at the Polar Plaza Battle Court to go against who used to be champion, Drayton. And well, this is where I have to say goodbye to most of my squad, because he's actually banned my team if they weren't caught in the terrarium. So I picked a team that I can use to defeat his challenge this time around, and somehow managed to do just fine. And before we battle, he does give me the opportunity to change my team, which I gladly do before we go forward. I go against his Pseudo and Flygon, and I already swap out to my Ace Vaporeon, and Marty instantly falls. Elsa comes out and sets up the Veil, which gives me the opportunity to set up my defense with Acid Armor. And despite the hard hits, we hold on to take it like a champ. A Blizzard and Ice Beam takes them both down. Kingdra and Sceptile both receive the same fate as Vaporeon boosts its defense once more, which is perfect against Haxorus and his ace, Archaludon, which thankfully terrastalizes, meaning Dazzling Gleam is a hard hit. Elsa does fall to an Iron Head, but these two have been amazing to use this fight. My Garchomp giving us the win. All that was left is the Chomp. And well, Kieran, despite us being friends, needs a talking to and carries a powerful roster. And well, I don't like his vibe any longer. He starts with Politoed and his Dragonite, and my plan was funded when Drizzle comes after my Snow Warning. So I switch Elsa out for Ogerpon, and yeah, he didn't like that. 2 Ice Beams take the dragon down, and Ogerpon barely holds on after Ice Beam. Porygon is next, and a hard Hyper Beam puts us on the brink of death. But we retaliate. A rain-boosted Hydro Pump scrapes his mechanical dock. Grimmsnarl and Incineroar are out, and despite Fake Out on my Ogre, my ace spits water so hard before getting knocked out by Spirit Break. So this leaves his newly evolved Hydrapple, the first Pokemon to have 4 different evolutions. My Fox hits a hard Dazzling Gleam followed by a Smart Strike to the Elf monster. A final Wild Charge was just too short for Marty, meaning Earth Power takes him down, though we were able to get the win and the title of champion in Blueberry Academy. Yet something didn't feel right, with all the tension, and so we get sent back to class. I encounter Miss Briar, who we met from Kitakami, and was surprisingly going home thanks to the Elite Four from back home. With dangers lurking back in Paldea, I join in for the expedition number 2, and this time I have the advantage here, especially with the Indigo Disk in hand. I travel back and arrive at the Zero Lab using the disc to access the unlocked depths of Area Zero, finding Professor Toro's research, and a Glimora, strangely enough with an odd terraform, which unlocks the path we need to travel on. So after defeating more Pokemon with what is known as Stellar Terra types, and eventually arrive at the Phenomenon. And well, the little brat is at it again. I'm honestly done being nice, he's changed. He gets his hand on it, awakens the sweet little thing, and I'm feeling the connection until he swoops my chances right out the bat and master balls it. Well, I guess I won't become a professor now. And it's also no surprise he's up for another battle. This time, just Terrapicus. And not knowing its type, I just go for what I think is right. He gets defeated quite easily, and disappointed about its power, he terrestrializes the Pokemon and puts the whole region at risk. It won't go back inside! I'll stop your whinging, I've saved you again. So with that, it's just up to our team, and despite not terrestrializing this run, it's at this stage we're made to, just like the final battle of the base game, and steals our energy to protect itself. Vaporeon falls, my Garchomp comes out and hits much harder, but despite my struggles, Kieran finally gets the courage he needs and helps us battle. Between the two dragons, they were able to claim its rage and catch it, drawing the end of what could be destruction to Paldea once again. And a long journey back to Blueberry Academy, we made up and put a close to the DLC. I'm just kidding, we still have stuff to do. I still enjoy my academy life here, but we still have some stuff to do, such as completing the Pokedex. We still have quite a bit to go. So let's start with that. Dipplin evolves to Hydrapple with its new move thanks to Drayton, and with that done, it's time for our trades. We got Cranidos, Golem, Rhyperior, and Porygon. Thankfully, I had the rest from raids. Following that, I bred baby forms and got middle evolutions thanks from previous starter raids to bring our total up to 200. With the main Pokedex done, I can go ahead and hunt for the legendaries. By catching up with Perrin once again, she can give us leads on where certain Pokemon are. Paradox forms in Area Zero that I'm liking the look of. Not its backside, stop zooming in on it! With ease, I bump into two futuristic forms of Terrakion, called Iron Boulder, as well as Cabalion's form, Iron Crown. Now, I'm not going to lie, but I can't get the other two Paradox forms. One, I don't have Pokemon Scarlet, and two, my Wi-Fi at this stage has been down for the rest of the evening, so I can't even fully beat the game. Hello, Future Ryan here. My Wi-Fi is still not working, but thanks to the squad on the Discord server, and if you guys want to join and help out, click the link down below in the description. You can come hang out with us. We're all friendly bunch. Okay, back to the video. So with my Pokedex, well, pretty much done, I returned to Katikami for one more quest, and that's to actually return to the pools with Terragapus to uncover the truths. This isn't the AI that tried to kill us in all of my runs. This is the real Professor Toro, the real father to Arvin. And Miraidon, well, there's a Miraidon. It's Iron Serpent. It ties the entire story from time and space with this two-part DLC. And with this in mind, it is an emotional close to the story of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy my adventures in Paldea, my school trip in Kitakami, and my degree in double battles within Univert and its Blueberry Academy. Thank you all very much for watching. Check out my other videos. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.